Hey Aries, this is Sherry with True Tarot for today. I've already mixed your cards for the month of July and laid out your spread, and I'm going to discuss with you what the general forecast is for the month ahead. For some of you, just a heads up, people couldn't find my channel. The name is still the same, it's still True Tarot for today. But if you search it in the Google, engine, they had a hard time bringing it up because I used a number 4 instead of the word FOR. And so I have changed the spelling of my channel. So just be aware of that, and thanks for listening, liking, being a subscriber. Okay, Aries, your first house is how the world sees you. And in the month of July, they may see you leaving some situation that's caused you stress and wanting to go to calmer waters. So this can be in your work, it could be a relationship that was just too stressful for you. It could be any situation where you leave with somewhat of a regret or a feeling of sadness or regret, but you feel, compelled to move away from something that was just too stressful. So in the month of, July, people may be seeing you avoiding or averting a situation that is just too stressful, too much turmoil or drama, and you're turning your back on someone or something. And that will be the main theme. So if you don't want everyone to know that, be aware that they're seeing that. In your money house, you have the competition card. So whether this is earning your living and that's representing your money, or your money working for you, money making money, investing, it's all about, one-upmanship, competition, being the best at what you do, competing with others for money. And so, Aries, this is a fire card, it's a wand, and Aries likes competition. They like to outdo their competition. They like to measure themselves against, others and be the winner. And so there is some form of, I won't say fierce competition, but, some of you may be competing for accounts, or you may be looking at stocks that are doing better than others, or making, your investments work better for you rather than you, fighting the money dragon out in the field. But others of you know that you have to outdo your competition to really land the jobs or the accounts or the good money. And so you will be competitive in the month of July, or you'll be aware of competition. One of your siblings, cousins, or neighbors is a source of comfort and stability for you. This person has the good things in life. They usually enjoy their homes, so they should be hospitable to you. They may do barbecues, they may garden, they may take care of children, pets. They're an independent soul. They could still be married, but they have a long leash. But they take pride in their surroundings, and they also take pride in how they care for themselves. And usually there's good wine or food or drink attached to this card, not just well-being and comfort, but usually it's shared with others. And because it's in your third house, which is your environment, I think you'll be getting a few nice invitations in the month of July, maybe barbecues, like I said, maybe, get-togethers with good food and drink, but more in the setting of someone's home than in a restaurant. In your home, though, you do have the retreat card. So this is like a month, July, where you're going to use your home to just rest, and there'll be a lot of recuperation and recharging your battery. Some of this is due to a situation, like I said, in your first house that's too much drama or stress, and you need to go to calmer waters. And your home becomes the calmer water in your reading for the month of July. So you will not be doing a lot of entertaining or socializing. I think you'll be happy if you get invitations from neighbors or siblings or cousins. But you yourself are going to want to really just recharge your battery. And this is like a soldier that's fought a war and they're just tired or they're wounded and they need to recuperate. So some of you may actually have minor surgery, and in the month of July, you may spend a week, at home recuperating. Some of you who are like in fields like teaching where you get the summer off, this is going to be again like just retreating into your little cocoon or shell and not allowing a lot of stress to come around you. So your home is really, your sanctuary. This month, your home is your restoration center, and many of you may feel stressed out with these two sword cards. Now, in your fifth house, this represents children, pets, and new relationships. And I call new relationships romantically someone that you've hooked up with in the last 3 years. So this is the card of news, messages, travel, communication, sometimes arrows of jealousy. So if some of you Aries have a new partner, there may be a little bit of jealousy around you. There's definitely going to be someone wanting to communicate with you. So this can be children, this can be pets, or if you're in a new relationship, there may be a lot of texting and messages throughout the month of July, a need to communicate, maybe short trips, travel. This is the card sometimes of, short trips. I wouldn't say like long trips. So there's definitely communication and energy with either your children or a new relationship. And it's usually exciting. Aries likes a fast pace. Aries likes spontaneity, energy, change. So all of this is kind of exciting in your fifth house. In your work house, you have the moon. So this is not necessarily a card of outright deception, but it is a card of people keeping their motives hidden, close to their chest, things going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of. And so in the month of July, don't be surprised if you hear some funky rumors at your place of work. You yourself may be wanting or planning to make some kind of change or move. You won't be disclosing that to anyone. This is the card of also being secretive, but it has to do with intuition as well. So any of you Aries that are working in a field where you need to have intuition, July will be a successful and powerful month for you if you have to draw on that, as part of your work. And intuition can play out in many fields, psychology, sales, even having intuition about your coworkers is never, a bad thing. So you're going to be more secretive at work. You're not going to tell everything or, lay your cards on the table. There's things that are hidden that you don't see from some of the people in your environment. There could be secrets about the company that you're working for. And so just be aware that you may hear things at work that are going to at least be intriguing to you. But you won't have all the facts, and you won't disclose all the facts at work. Your partnership house shows up with a woman who represents water, and usually fire and water don't go together that well, so this person may just have water in their moon position or their ascendant. Occasionally, Aries do work with and have to work with water signs, but they're never really their allies. Eventually, a water sign will not be an Aries' best friend. So, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. A woman. This is usually a woman, but it's a general reading. For you male Aries, this could be a mate, This could be a boss, this could be a family member, colleague. For the male Aries, being fire and having the female with some water, especially if a male Aries has water in their moon position, it can be a very good partnership. And this is usually a femme kind of woman, sensitive, emotionally intelligent, knows what she feels. This is not a girl, this is a woman. And she's also romantic. She takes care of herself. She looks nice. And she's empathetic and sympathetic. So for the men, this is a better fit. For the Aries women, if this is one of your partners, you can't really always get where they're coming from, and sometimes their emotions or their imagination may not line up with your goals or your long-term plans. So there may be, right now, a decent relationship with this water energy woman in the month of July. But as I said, I'm an Aries, and from my experience, water and fire don't mix. And usually, the fire gets disappointed by a water partner. So just be aware of that. But for the time being, they're offering emotional support, and they're in some area of your life, you're getting this empathetic, sympathetic ear to listen to you. This is one of your partners. In your in your eighth house, this can represent inheritances, legacies, and also lovers, because it represents your bedroom. So many of you Aries are going to have a gentleman caller or a partner. If you're men, same thing. Someone's going to be decent looking, romantic. They're not hard on the eyes. And usually they value romance, and they value courtship, and they value emotional connection. So for many of you Aries, you should be having a nice intimate life in the month of July, and there will be somebody who wants to connect with you if you're single. If you're married and in a long-term relationship, you may get like a little second honeymoon period where your mate, cajoles and courts you in a playful, nice way, and there's more romance in the bedroom in the month of July. If it's relating to anything with shared resources, inheritances, you're either the one that's going to try to make an offer and pitch it to someone, or someone else is going to pitch an offer to you about an inheritance or shared resources. Okay, in your ninth house, this represents higher education, travel, publishing, and lawsuits. And you have the card of friendship, having a good time, celebration. So this is a perfect card if any of you Aries want to take a trip, because, like I said, you need to recoup your energy, and you're going to use your home really as like a rehab center. You're going to retreat in the month of July. So if Aries, you can get away on a vacation, you would have a great time, and you would have fun. You'd eat, you'd drink, you'd laugh, you'd relax, and you'd probably be more restored than if you just cocooned and locked yourself up in the belfry for the month of July. So publishing is also successful. It's happy. This can be, just starting a website. In today's day and age, publishing it's not limited to just a book with a publishing house. It can be any online publishing, a YouTube channel, a website. It can be you publishing your own work on Amazon. But you would celebrate that, you've done that. Higher education, many of you might have graduated, and now you have the summer off, and it's party time, and you're happy, and you're celebrating. And then for lawsuits, this would be a lawsuit probably with a friend, but the energy is like very much like playful and having a good time. So it would almost be like a joke if you were getting into some kind of litigation. It wouldn't be taken that seriously at this time. So I would, refrain from that. I'd take a vacation instead of suing someone. Okay, in your career house, your 10th house is how the world sees you. And they see you after big bucks now. So, whatever field you're in, whether you're working, not working, retired, Aries, you're coming across as a person that wants to build generational wealth and you want to get money. So be aware that people may not be seeing you devoted necessarily in your skill sets or to people this month. They think that you're all about the dinero. Now, if you're in real estate or anything to do with properties, then this is a little different as a reading. This means that, you target in on good properties, you flip them, you buy them, or you're looking at a property as an investment. Some of you may be feeling you're just working for a property, because the property is in your 10th house. So it's very much a financial card, and with Saturn in Capricorn now, a lot of us are thinking more seriously about, wealth and what that is and long-term wealth and, I guess how you go about it. And so in your career, people are going to be seeing you seriously focused on making, serious money in the month of July. Your friendship house, there's a separation with someone, or one of your friends is either getting a divorce or starting something legal or going through some legal matter. So in one of your friendships, there's litigation or law around them. For some of you, Aries, you may have a friend in law enforcement. That's possible with this card. But for most of you, it will represent a divorce, a separation. Maybe someone, separated their job and got, a severance package. Maybe someone closed on a house. It does involve legal system here. And so one of your friendships, the main theme is going to be this legal stuff in the month of July, and you'll probably be hearing a lot about it. Okay, Aries, your last 12th house, the house of hidden enemies, the house where you secretly sabotage yourself, you undo yourself. And it's kind of a card that a lot of tarot readers attach to Aries. I don't, but it does have some ramifications because of the rams on the Emperor's throne. The card is called the Emperor. And so it's really more, again, about male authority. So, whether you're female or male, Aries tend to be leaders, bosses. They like to give instructions or orders more than they like to be subordinate to others. That's true of all the fire signs. And so this has to do with power and authority. So because it's in your 12th house, this card can represent law enforcement, it can represent organized crime, it can represent the military. It's usually male patriarchal systems that it represents, but it can also represent a person having these characteristics of being very powerful, being a leader, having authority over others. What they say goes, and that's it. They're the boss. Some of you, this may in fact be, hidden enemies, where it could be someone, who I described from one of those professions. For others of you, this is about, and this would be for most of the Aries, about how you use your power and authority, or how you never used it, and then you draw in these contests with strong, male, patriarchal, and somewhat chauvinistic generational men. So it depends, if you're a man or a woman. But women can have, the trait of the emperor where they just always have to be the boss. So this can be your prison. This can be karmically what holds you back, that you always have to be in control. For others of you, you never take control, and so you attract, military, police, organized crime, chauvinistic men, for you women who've never owned your power, and karmically you're supposed to become strong and your own authority. If you've avoided that, then that becomes your prison, and you kind of attract that energy in, so that it's almost like a compensation for what you yourself are not drawing out of your own leadership and your own inner strength. So you'll have to decide, what this Emperor is. But the Emperor, is a power card. So the fact that this power is in your 12th house, some of you may be, in fact, dealing with authorities that aren't exactly in your corner in the month of July. For others of you, it might be about how you misuse power, or how you don't take power or control of situations when you really should. So that's going to be up to you guys to discern or figure out. And generally, this is a month where if you can take a trip, you'd be smart. You're going to be needing to recharge your battery. You're going to be retreating a little bit in the home. One situation that's caused you stress, you're going to move away from. And this may be, a friend and you having a falling out, or this friend going through something, because swords are always stress. So they may be going through some separation, and there's just too much drama for you around this. And like I said, you have a water sign or someone presenting in your partnership house as water. So this person could offset some of this stress and be a sympathetic ear for you and give you some support. But be aware of water over the long haul, because this may just be for July, that they're going to be, a supportive partner. But that can also turn on a dime, Aries, when you're dealing with water. Some of you are going to have a nice month intimately. Your sex life should be very nice if you're involved with someone, long-term or short-term. If you're not involved with someone, someone wants to be in your bed. So you'll have to keep your eyes open if you're a single Aries, but somebody is around you that wants to be in your bedroom. But this month, I think your focus is going to be on money. And watch at work, what you're hearing and what's, circling around. Filter out half of it, because like I said, sometimes there's misrepresentation, or there can even be deceit, like a company can be bought by another company and they don't tell the employees. You could be working with a person that is not honest. And so you'll have to decide, but I would be a little bit on alert at work. And if you're keeping secrets at work, some of you, it may come out, some of these secrets, because there's intuition in the environment. Okay, so Aries, I hope you have a productive, happy month, and I will catch you back here next month. Take care. Bye.